Welcome to the 39th Annual Festival Mondial de Cirque de Demain. It's an annual international competition that's hosting 45 artists this year from 15 different countries. Circus Talk is here behind the scenes to give you an exclusive peek at the perspective of the artists as they prepare for their first night of the competition.
I first learned about the festival in my first year at circus school because the National Circus School of Montreal was doing the opening. So I got to see all my friends performing on the live stream.
We had some friends that were part of the festival, and we knew that it could be like a really good experience for us. So we decided to work really hard, and we are practicing together basically for 2 years. And in these 2 years, one of the main goals of our career will be part of this festival, so we trained hard, we made our videos and we sent to the festival, and here we are.
Didn't know a lot about festivals, so I was just kind of hearing about them, but as I progressed in my career, of course you hear about them, like this is the Olympics of what we do, it's the Mac Daddy, if you will.
We went to the National Circus School in Montreal, and actually there's a history of a lot of students from the school going to the festival. And so when you're in the school, when it comes this time of year, you hear about a lot of people that had graduated that go on to do this festival. So for us, it was definitely something that we came out of school wanting to do. And actually, when you graduate, I think they have a representative from the festival that comes to see the numbers, all the graduating numbers. And so we had presented for them, did our application. And so we were actually invited to do it last year. And we were here in Paris, went and did the first performance, but fortunately, sometimes fate has a little bit of a nasty streak, and we had a little bit of case of food poisoning, so we weren't able to fully go on and complete the entirety of the festival, but these guys were fantastic and invited us back for the following year. And so here we are, 2018, and so yeah, through kind of hearing about it in circus school, doing the applications, coming here for 1 year, having a bit of a tumultuous time, we are here in 2018 and ready to go.
I first learned about the festival when I was training in San Francisco in 2007, I think. And Dominique Jandot showed me a video of Victor and Cathy performing. Now I've actually gotten to meet Victor and Cathy and see their show, which is fantastic. And so since then, I've known about the festival and always wanted to come and at least see it. And I finally got to see it 5 years ago when Eric was here participating in the festival. And now, 2018, we're finally here.
What it took for us as a duo to be invited here was to come up with an original concept and an original act that hadn't been seen before. Well, actually it was Andrew who came up with doing a solo straps act with the umbrella first, years and years ago. And when Andrew was injured and recovering from injury, I learned his solo umbrella straps act. So I learned how to manipulate it and how to work with it. And then when he was recovered, we decided to work with it together.
As I progressed in my career, I would make new props and things like that, and I was always emailing Jean-Pierre, always working on something new, and I would email him and send it to him and try and listen for some kind of peek in his twinkle in his response if there was any kind of interest at all, and I would try and read between the lines, and they're very vague. There's a process you need to go through to be invited or to submit. So I knew he wouldn't say, yes, that would be awesome. So I kind of would listen, read between the lines of his messages and try and see if there was any kind of extra interest there.
We just work hard and we just record our materials and we send it, and there you go, how it happened.
I mean, like everybody else, we applied. We applied through internet. We sent the whole form, and what did it get us? I mean, we made a new act for a year, So that was quite an adventure as well. Really fun. Yeah, I think it was good for us actually just to create that act, and also the decision of coming with the hand-to-hand duet as well, because Tristan is doing 2 acts. So that was also a choice of like, you know, you're gonna be stressed and tired.
I didn't came here and wanted to gain something in particular. I just wanted to live the festival and see what the festival gave it to me. And it gives you a lot, honestly, a lot about experience and vision, and just on you and on your performance on stage as an artist. And you have so many different feeling and sensation with the people here, the other artists on stage, so many culture, and you have so many emotion.
Our company, Barcode Circus Company, will become much more known in Europe after participating in this festival, or at least that's the hope. That people will recognize us under that name and recognize that we're 4 artists, because we started as just 3, and the Russian bar is already more or less well known in North America. But we want to be known for the 4 acts we do: cigar boxes, aerial hoop, hand-to-hand, and Russian bar, and have people that want to work with us because they're excited about all 4 of our acts, not because they want Russian bar and they're willing to compromise to put our other acts in, because that's, in reality, every single one of our acts stands out and is worth you know, having its own space. And also to be able to take circus in the direction that we think it should be going. And circus is going in a fantastic direction these days, and we want to keep going in that direction and see what the next step is, what's new, what we can do that's different than what's already been done.
I'm quite new in the Barcode team, as I met Tristan a year ago, something like that. They've been working together with Russian bar, cigar boxes, and aerial hoop for 10 years, so they are quite well known. It's good for us because we're gonna promote all our company, plus we're also gonna begin to exist as a duo.
This gives us visibility with the name Barcode, because we've done a lot of shows with other companies, but I don't think we're well known under that name in Europe yet. So we're hoping to promote that name a little bit with the festival, just more visibility for our specific team.
I think that participation in this festival just allows you, first of all, to put your work out there into this really giant market that otherwise you wouldn't have access to. I mean, there are a lot of different countries, first and foremost, but also maybe a lot of different genres of producers that are looking for perhaps not only circus shows, but I've heard of people that are involved in multimedia projects, that are involved in even dance work, and you never really know who comes to see this. It really has a big reputation in that sense, and draws a very diverse crowd that's going to kind of present opportunities that I think you might even have a little bit of difficulty just thinking of. And I know people that have done this festival and ended up in positions that they are really surprised at, because there have just been producers from different, very different areas that have seen something in a number that really just piques an interest. And you never know how your number is going to resonate with different people, and they see it in their own artistic vision. And so for us, I think we're looking forward to the surprise.
Our main goal for this festival is presenting our work, especially because we created a new act, hand-to-hand act in a bench. So it was a kind of invention for us, and we tried to create our story around this act. We hope that a lot of people like the act, that they can adjust to their shows or can be like workable in another different places, but our main goal is just to present our act.
The hope is that our act will be exposed to shows around the world, and that we'll get some work doing this act in you know, wherever we can.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I knew from coming as an audience that it was quite exciting, and when I saw the lineup of the artists, I got really happy, because some people I really like Fragan, his show Le Vide, really love, and we have friends as well. that are here. So the atmosphere backstage is pretty fun, and then just conversations that we have with people that are passionate about circus in another way. Maybe they don't do circus, maybe they're journalists or different writers or technicians that have been doing Cirque de Demain for like 12 years. People who are in traditional circus, they come talk to you, and finally you end up talking about something else, but it's always quite interesting and fascinating to meet those people who are the reason of the circus we know.
I did gymnastics when I was young, and I did competition, and I always more or less hated it, the bad part of competition. And I had more or less like a team of girls who were coming from all parts of France, and each year we were meeting for the competition. We were friends, so it was super nice to share that. And we were like, hey, I learned that, and I learned. So I like this part of competition, and I was really afraid that here it was only bad competition. So I'm super surprised how friendly everything is. Everybody is, like from the staff to the artist on stage.
Well, I've already participated in the festival, and so I think my reaction after having done it the first time is that everything else is a lot less stressful. I'm having a really good time, and everyone remembers you and is really welcoming. It feels like coming home, and it was really fun to get to do the show again and just have a party on stage. So that was surprising. Reactions have been awesome. People are really nice, but that doesn't surprise me anymore because circus people are, in general, really nice and welcoming and interesting no matter where you go in the world.
I was really surprised at the atmosphere backstage and how relaxed it is, and also how supportive the other artists are of each other. I thought going into this it was going to be just much more competitive and really intense. It is really intense, but it's all sort of self-induced, pressure. There's no pressure from anybody else. People are stressed out for sure, but we're also super supportive of each other. Everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's nervous, but everyone's really just relaxed and supportive, and it's amazing and just kind to each other. It's wonderful.
People are much more relaxed backstage than I thought they would be. I thought there would be a lot more stress and kind of and nerves, but people are very friendly. It doesn't feel like a competition at all. People are really supportive and watching each other and giving good feedback and seem genuinely happy for each other and supportive.
I really love the stage, and it's not in many places that you get to see that kind of stage with such a big amount of like visual effects, lights, and stage movements. It's really stunning. Like I was like, wow, when I just got here.
I mean, you know that it's not a competitive atmosphere, that we're all here because of this thing that we know and love so very much. But at the same time, everybody wants to win something, so you'd be silly to be like, oh, I don't care, because of course it would be awesome. So you don't expect it to be competitive, but also, people want to win, and they want to do their best job, and they also want you to win, but they also want to win as well. So, but ultimately, everyone is so very kind. Everyone is so enabling to each other, and it's really... And you don't expect it to be competitive, but when you get here and you're actually in the atmosphere, it's such an amazingly content, awesome vibe.
Well, the stage, when I arrived, I saw it and I was like, whoa, that's so big. I never saw a stage big like that. But the thing, because we came last year for the festival, and finally we had some sickness, so we couldn't finish it. But I would remember the ambience about the festival, because it's a competition. But when we arrived here, everyone was so social and sympathetic, and we didn't feel the competition side. and everyone was there to help us and to make sure that we were fine with everything, the lights, the music, the stage, and they were really, really nice with us, and everyone, the other artists and the other act, also, it's just a big family. So I think it's really the ambience of the festival who surprised me, that it was not, we don't feel the competition here. It's really just we share what we like to do on stage, our passion, the circus, and we are all together.
Get scared because as soon as we arrive in this place, everything changed. When we enter in this tent, the stage is beautiful, the tent is huge, it's such a good environment, and we're lucky enough that we have a lot of people that supported us because we are a little bit out of the circus context, because we came from gymnastics acrobatics, not the circus school, so it became a little bit difficult because a lot of people already know each other. We are new. Basically, don't get scared with this opportunity here. That will be like amazing, and you will enjoy for sure.
I would say do something that feels right to you. Don't worry about what other people think or what other people are doing. Do something that makes you happy and feels like the right direction for you to be heading in your circus career.
To go really with fun, with something they are happy to show the others, and to stop thinking that they are going to be judged, because all the audience is really with the artist on stage, and it's a great moment to share. A friend of us, just before I went on stage, I was a bit stressed. He was like, okay, it's like a delicious cake you have here and you will have it once, so just enjoy it, all bite of that. It's 5 minutes, just enjoy this moment. It's a huge place with nice people, have fun. I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's great. So just go thinking that, like, you wanted to see something, a good work with a lot of pleasure.
Keep working, keep working on your discipline. And I know at first when you're young and you're working on stuff, you tend to just copy what you see, which you have to go through in order to develop a foundation and a vocabulary with whatever your discipline is. But I'd say to start thinking about how to present your act in a way that that you might not have seen before, and in a way that that's as unique as possible. Because there's a lot of people doing the same stuff that any one person is doing, and you need to try to just think outside of the box a little bit, and maybe draw from your life experiences and come up with a story. Try to figure out a way to present your craft in a way that's that you just haven't seen before.
You really have to take whatever skill you have and make it extremely personal to you, and really create a unique and personal story, concept, idea to present, and not just focus on your technical skills, but also everything that goes into creating an act, from the lights and sound and costume, and really make a cohesive piece. Yeah.
To the next generation here, I would say, first of all, come to the festival if you can. Really see what it's all about. I mean, when you come here, the really great thing about it is that it takes you outside of your bubble. For us, and well, for me particularly, all I really knew about circus was the Montreal scene, and that's a very particular scene, and it's great in so many ways. But you come to this festival and you get to see people from a very traditional background. You see how certain countries have an influence on what it is that is portrayed on stage, and so you educate yourself when you're here. You get to be exposed to not only these amazing acrobatic feats of prowess, but you also get to see this. You get to dip yourself a little bit into the visions of these people from different countries, different cultures, and so I think come to see the festival first and foremost, and also just really explore in terms of what it is that you want to put forth onto a stage. The really great thing about coming here is that they value unique, and I'll just leave it there. I think unique, They really value people that put innovation out there, not only in terms of the apparatus that you're doing. You'll find a lot of innovative things here that people haven't seen in terms of actual apparatus construction and styles, but also in terms of the way that more traditional apparatuses are used. You're going to see really different uses and things that really kind of boggle your mind. You're like, oh my God, I would have never expected to kind of use that in that way. And that's the really great thing about this festival. So in a nutshell, all of that to say, think outside the box.